Bienvenidas y bienvenidos a Fearless English Club, un espacio para que podamos tener y sostener conversaciones informales en inglés y para hacer un espacio seguro, para que tú puedas poder comenzar a atreverte a hablar, ya que, como vamos a ver, ya sabes inglés o sabes algo no necesario. Y aquí es una comunidad donde puedes haber gente, puedes encontrarte con gente de tu mismo tipo y donde podemos tener también aplicar este cambio de percepción para que nuestros miedos al hablar se vayan yendo, se vayan disolviendo. Entonces esta clase ha titulado Dissolving Your Fear of Speaking. Vamos a compartir pantalla para, para la presentación que les tengo preparada el día de hoy. Me avisa si es que se ve. Perfecto. Yo me voy a quedar por acá bajito, me parece. A ver, creo que por acá está bien. Bueno, ahí dice Welcome to your safe space. Perfecto. Bueno, bienvenido, bienvenida. Esto es como les dije, un lugar donde sientas seguros para poder hablar inglés y vamos a poder hacer prácticas para sacarnos el miedo. ¿Ok? Am, esta presentación tiene bueno, la idea es primero que se vayan acá motivados, no motivados para aprender inglés. Entonces tú llegas hasta acá y, claro, quieres aprender inglés y todo el tema. Y ahora con todo esto que voy a enseñar y que vamos a interactuar entre nosotros, vas a quedar motivado, motivada para decir, sí, quiero hablar más inglés, ¿dónde hay más oportunidades? ¿Ya? Vamos a aplicar una herramienta que se llama el cambio de percepción, ya que lo enseña un curso de milagros. Yo enseño el curso de milagros y uso esta herramienta que me ha cambiado la vida. Y ahora lo que estoy haciendo es aplicarla a la enseñanza de hablar inglés, un camino largo que muchas veces no termina nunca. Bueno, nosotros también hacemos errores y seguimos aprendiendo español, y lo mismo con los nativos de inglés. Entonces hay que aceptarse dentro de este camino como un trabajo en proceso. ¿Ya? Siempre estamos en progreso y aprendiendo más cosas, entonces vamos sacándonos un poco esa como que tengo que llegar a para poder hablar. Disculpen. Em, entonces, claro, yo traigo esta herramienta porque es la que me ha servido más, ya, pero sí he caminado un largo camino, voy a hablar después de eso, en donde, bueno, no aprendí tempranamente, no viajé hasta ya que tenía 25 años más o menos, y luego estuve trabajando en un trabajo donde aplicaba el inglés, y luego tomé una working holiday, ya vamos a ir para allá. Luego de toda esta introducción de mi historia, de por qué yo puedo enseñarte a hablar inglés fluido y de cómo aplicar esta herramienta de que viene el curso Milagros, que es el cambio de la percepción, para poder ver cómo tú disuelves tus miedos y vas a poder experimentar que eso no era nada en realidad, que era solamente una ilusión que tú pusiste al frente tuyo con las cosas que tú pensabas que iban a suceder y puras cosas que tu mente dijo y que te alertó de que en realidad era un espacio que no estaba tan seguro, como te iban a mirar, etcétera, etcétera. Vamos a tener un espacio también de práctica, ¿ya? En donde nos vamos a apoyar entre todos y vamos a hacer que esto sea algo divertido y poder, bueno, poder hablar, ¿no? Que es lo que queremos. Voy a correr un poquito acá. Tenemos también el ecosistema. Bueno, sí, aquí hay otras cositas que quiero compartir después, ¿sí? Como también en el ámbito de hablar inglés, de enseñar inglés. Estoy preparando un programa donde voy a poder guiarte y en activar tu inglés de forma natural. Más adelante voy a comentar de eso. La idea es que primero tú resuenes con la forma de trabajar que yo tenga, que resuenes con estas actividades, que quieras seguir, que estés motivado, motivada y bueno, si es que resuena, ahí podemos entrar a conversar de qué se trata este programa. Ok, bueno, si sigues acá aún, perfecto, porque quizás seas uno de los nuestros. Do you belong here? And I want to start speaking English now because I know you guys want to start practicing, and listening to English is one good practice to also alleviate the speaking, as much as you get involved with English is better. who belongs here, who is part of the community. So you are an intermediate level. You understand English, but you freeze when speaking. You might be thinking, oh, I can say that, I can say this, I would say this, I would say that, but you don't speak. Basically, you don't have a lot of opportunities where you are at. Maybe it's a city where everyone speaks Spanish, and but you want to start speaking, okay? Or you are a professional that works in a company where they use English, and you want to maybe comment something in a meeting, but you don't know how to do it. You want to interrupt someone, but you don't know how to do it as well. You might sound ridiculous. You have your fears here and there. Or in the future, you're going to travel maybe to a country which English speaking country, or you're going to migrate there. You're going to use English, all right? You're going to interact with foreigners or something related to that. Or maybe you're just shy or introverted. But important thing here, you are open-minded, and this is key if you want to stay, if you resonate with this work. You're open-minded because what we're going to apply here is a tool for changing your mind. And when you change your mind, you change your perception, your perspective. That's when the fear dissolves. So if you're not open to that, to structure, maybe you won't fit in here. And the key here too is to want to have fun. If you want to have fun with English, you like to have fun, this is your place. If you want to be all structure, as we're going to see in this, the traditional student, you want academic things and maybe you will not work as well in here. We are authentic people here that want to express themselves, all right? So it is not for you if you're very beginner, if you don't know English, if you're exclusively looking for grammar and vocabulary and all of those things and rules and things. Maybe you prefer a rigid, more academic environment, or you're not willing to support us. Maybe you will laugh. The thing is, here is supportive people, creating a community where we can sustain and engage with ourselves from the same vibe. All right. I hope everything is going well until now. Here, I'll just share a little bit about my story and why I can teach you to get fluent in English. All right. So I started here in the point one, a shy boy in Temuco. When I was young, I was really shy. I had a lot of social issues. I didn't know how to relate to other people. I had a lot of fears and blocks and things. I was not really interested in English. I was so at school. I started to learn English when I was in the university because I thought it was a great opportunity to grow, basically, in many ways. Maybe you grow in the job market primarily, but I started to sense that it was a nice tool, that everything was in English. And so I started to learn English, as you can see. If you tell me if my English is going too fast or I'm not pronunciating better, because I tend to flow a lot and I don't take care at times of my speed. Chilean thing, by the way. All right. So I learned English through internet, and that was quite nice. Actually, as I was shy, I was always in my room and I was always in the computer. So I started to learn English like that, take courses, everything that was free for me. I used it, but I ran into a lot of I started to not like it because I was pushing myself too much. I was hard on myself, and so I came to an idea to enjoy it, basically, and to not take so much energy in learning. Oh, this go here, this go there, this word, this grammar. I started to be very good at that, but at some point, I started to like get burnout, or and I got really bored, and I thought, all right, I need to make it fun. I need to make it fun, and babies learn like that, and they speak perfect English. They don't learn from a book, from an online course, from anywhere. They just learn naturally. And that is the way where people learn the best. You just trust and let your brain do the learning, do the rules, put the words first and then the other words. That you give your trust to your brain that it will work learning just by listening. And you need to expose yourself as much as you can, and you don't need to know all the rules. You'll just listen and say, oh, when people say that, a lot of the times it comes with this other word, and so I can use those two words. But you don't have to worry about that. Your brain will do it by its own. And so I said, all right, so just now I'll throw everything out and I'll just do exposure. Exposure, and I kind of like simulated an immersion where you just go to another country and everything is in English. So I set up my phone in English, the computer, I put it in English, everything that I did, the music I listened to, it was in English, everything. But the key idea was to watch Friends in English audio with Spanish subtitles. And then a better one, I dropped the Spanish ones and I put just the English subtitles. Every time I found a word or something that I didn't understand, I put pause. I know it sounds boring, but yeah, that's what I did. I put pause and I looked at it in the dictionary and I figured out what was going on in that scene and I kept watching it. So every day when I came back from the university, I had one Friends episode and then go with my day. And then I liked it so much that I started to do one Friends episode and How I Met Your Mother episode. And I watched two of them every day. And that started to build and build and build. And I started to look for other opportunities to learn English. I ran into a small group where they were gathering every month. I mean, every week, sorry. And that was very nice because we kind of like chit chatted with people that was like me, that were learning English. Some were more fluid, some were not as fluid. Um, yeah, so that was how I found my method. I'll go deeper into method after this, but my key point here is I don't have to fight English. I can just enjoy it. I can enjoy it and have fun with it. And every day I look at English and it is very good. I loved it. Why? Because I wanted to. It was fun. And then consistency became something natural. I just wanted to, I enjoyed English. I started to think in English. And then when I showed up in this speaking groups, I did very well. I started to do very well. There were some blocks, some fears that showed up, but I saw them out and they were good. So that was good. All right. So the fourth step here, finding your tribe, finding your so the people that support you in your process, in your progress, that lift you up, that give you feedback maybe if you ask them how you doing, how am I doing, then they tell you this and that. You can learn from them. They want you to succeed. All right. Not people that doesn't want you to speak English. No, just meet people when you are with the perfect community that people think like you, that support you and want to make you to to see you succeed. You're in good hands, and your motivation to keep doing it is much, much better. It's like these addiction programs, this how do you call those? The programs to get out of addiction. When you get to people that are like you, that want to break out from the addiction, you have a partnership, and that is powerful. Community is powerful. You cannot do it alone. You can, but you're not gonna last. You're not gonna go as far as if you are with people like you. All right, let's be honest. So find a community if you want to go far, far. Find a community, get support, and you will thrive there. All right, and then I started to speak fluently. I got a job where I had English clients. I thought I knew and spoke English. I got this job and I had to do conference calls with the clients, and They were native speakers, and that was a whole another world. I was like, I don't understand anything. Please explain me what happened in this meeting. And yeah, that was stressful. I went to ups and downs in English a lot. Um, I stood there for like around 4 years. In the middle, I quit and I had a working holiday visa and I went for 7 months to Australia. Let me just check what's the next slide. All right, perfect. All right. So yeah, so in the meantime, while I was in that job, I went to Australia for a working holiday visa. And that was pretty nice. I met a lot of people. I did not want to speak Spanish, not at all. So I did not go to the hostels. I just went to rent a room in a shared place where there was just people from other parts of the world, and we just spoke English. We just spoke English, and that was the best. I happened to had a lot of experiences and situations in which I had to expose myself to English, and that was quite stressful. I made friendships. I worked in hospitality, uh, dealing with clients. I had a loving relationship over there, very significant one. In hospitality, I needed to take orders. I needed to hand money. I needed to. Uh, there was a loud environment as well. It was a bar. It was different places where I worked in, and on and on. I kept on facing my fears and going and figuring out how to do it. And when you are in a foreign country and you want to speak, you want to socialize, you want to open yourself to environments and you have fears and maybe you don't understand some accents. And in Australia, there is a lot of accents and there's people from everywhere in the world. And when they interact I mean, among each other, it's very hard to understand what they're saying. Oh my God. Um, so that was one thing. How to get out there? I just sorted out I was just in the wave. I learned to surf the wave, but it was not until later on in life when I already walked through a lot of these figuring out and pushing and learning and getting better and that I started to um I get to know a spiritual path for me. And in this spiritual path, well, I had started it before, and then I came to different paths that were fantastic. I was transforming myself, expressing myself better. But in one point, I ran into A Course in Miracles. All right, traditional approach, fearless approach. I'll leave the Course in Miracles for a second. All right, let me just explain this here. So with the framework we're going to work with here, um, or the approach, I've called it the fearless approach. All right. So traditionally, the approach is you look for perfection, everything goes in the right place, and if not, you are failed, and you need to be corrected, all right, because you did something wrong. And then you start to overthink what comes next. How should I say this? And there's a lot of blockages, and you're not treating yourself very well in that process. And there is where a lot of fears come up because you're treating yourself you're not having a good dialogue, internal dialogue, and that kind of like gets projected into other people, and you fear, oh, I'm going to get rejected for this, judged for that, I didn't do this well. So the fearless approach here is to not look at fear, just let it pass and just flow. All right, and take that chance. There is no errors. There's no mistakes, only errors. Yes, there's errors. And errors only need to be corrected, nothing else. You don't need to justify them, you don't need to explain them, you don't need to feel guilty about them. Whether you quickly correct them or you just let them pass, but if your message got across and people understood you, that's it. That is the purpose of the language, so you can communicate a message. It's not to create a perfect message. It's to be understood. Yes, you want to speak better. You want to speak very well for the environment you're going to be involved in. And if it is professionally, you want to be a good English, yes. But if you go there when you are like down here first, you'll never gonna get your fluency up and going. It'll be such a pain. You need to start moving and taking risks and making errors and then get to know what to do with those errors, you know? And over here, what we're going to do, we're going to make errors, but there's no mistakes. There's nothing wrong. There's no sin. There's nothing you can punish yourself from doing. Um, so yeah, that's the approach. Let the error be and keep the conversation moving. So that's how we work here. Next slide. We have 4 pillars learning blueprint. So this is sort of like my method that I came across for learning English. I'll get out here. Dun -dun. Great. I would say that I came with my own method. I'm not sure what methods are they out there, but this is what I felt it worked best. And when I had this established, my learning English, my process of learning English was very good, very smooth. First, immersion, as I said before. You're going to switch your day-to-day life to English. Everything that you're interested in, everything that you do, every device you interact with, your computer, your phone, the music you listen to. If you have friends that speak English, tell them to speak English once in a while. Just take action in simulating that environment. Second, have fun. Why? Because consistency is key. Consistency is what makes the learning tangible, like the real learning, the progress. So if you have fun, you want to keep on having fun. All right. So integrate your passions. What you're passionate about is really important. If it is playing guitar, play guitar with English music. Learn with guitar in English. If it is video games, do them in English. Your hobbies is your English practice. So you have fun. Okay. Third, very important, as I said before, is the community. Surround yourself with people who propel you, not only people that tell you like, yeah, learn English. No, people that tell you like, come learn English. You need to go ahead and speak like this. And I'm saying here learning English, which obviously everyone will tell you to go do it. Maybe not that obviously, but yes. But in general, in your life, just surround with yourself with people that think like you, that want to see you succeed in whatever you think is good for you. That is key here. In here, we're doing it with English, but if you're stuck in any other area of your life, let go of people that don't support you in that, and just surround yourself with people that want to see you succeed in your uniqueness, in your weirdness, in your whatever makes you passionate. 4, mindset. The mindset is key here. If you don't have the right mindset, you're not going to achieve consistency. And the right mindset is treating yourself well, is supporting you, is picking yourself back and trusting in the process, trusting that your brain will figure out. You just keep moving, keep enjoying, and if, if you have the right mindset, you will keep on moving at the right pace. All right, that's the 4 pillars of the method that I used to learn English. Now I'm going to go to the method that I discovered was the best for dissolving fear, which is taken from A Course in Miracles. I've been teaching the Course in Miracles. It's going to be a year soon. I did a lot of spiritual experiences and healing a lot of things that I had. And this, what I found, was the most efficient and quickest way to work and heal your mind. It is the fastest. Okay, so what tells you here is, well, we need to explain what the knowledge behind it first. So you have illusion and you have truth. Right? Illusion is something which is not true, and truth is always true. All right. Illusions don't feel good. whatever doesn't feel very good is an illusion in your experience. Whatever feels good is the truth. What am I talking about when I say whatever? It is the perceptions I'm having in my life. And so if my perception is not aligned with what is actually happening, it will give me a feedback with an emotion and will tell me, hey, this doesn't feel good. You are in an illusion. And then we apply the shift. How do we apply it? We understand that the perception we are having is generating the feeling that we get. And that perception is previously chosen by us, by our subconscious mind, by what we learned was happening in the outside. Okay? So I learned some things in my life and I kind of like carry it everywhere and I use them to interpret the signals of the world. So I receive signals here, pieces of light, sound, and I interpret the situation and I say in my mind, oh, there's a person speaking here. There's someone else, there's someone who talks to me now. Oh, this combination of sounds mean this word, which mean this message. And this tone of voice means this emotion. Maybe he's stressed now. Maybe he's angry. Maybe he's relaxed. And so all of that happens in an instant, very fast. And we don't even notice. And we get the feeling of that perception. Okay. So what is your experience? What are you experiencing inside is the result of your perception. Meaning, if you're afraid, is the result of your perception. You're having an experience of being afraid. There is something dangerous in front of you. There's a situation which is dangerous. Maybe you'll get hurt. Maybe people will laugh about you. There is a lot of stories that you cannot grasp your mind around them because they just went too fast. But your emotion tells you that perception is not true. It's an illusion. And this happens all the time. But what is generating the feeling is the perception. It's not the people out there. It's not the challenge out there. It is what I learned, what I put in my mind, what I learned this was about. And that is misperception because it doesn't feel good. It's an illusion. It's an error of mind. So you just made an error, nothing to feel guilty about. You're just going to see that that experience is only what you have chosen with your mind. When you can do that, you're going to be open to switch that to something else. And then when you let that go, another perception will come. And then you will not feel fear. You will not feel blocks that you put on yourself when dealing with that situation. So, all right. So to close up the shift, once we change our perception, the limitation dissolves, restoring power over peace. So that's why I call this dissolving your fear of speaking. We're going to make a shift in our perception. Okay, so this is how it works. Simple, simple, simple. And this is so key and so valuable to understand that you can apply it in every area of your life. When you get a grasp of it, meaning, oh, that worked, and now I'm not afraid and I can act freely. And actually, I'm not thinking about acting freely. I'm just flowing. And I am not as shy as I thought. Oh my, wow. Yeah. So you will want to keep on doing it. Let me just check if someone joined. No? All right. Perfect. Okay. Step one, acknowledge, know where the error is. It is not outside, it is in your mind. So our mind makes us believe that the danger is outside in the world, is other people. No, 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 no. You're just interpreting something from the illusion and you find yourself the story that there is something dangerous outside of yourself. When you acknowledge where the fear is, meaning you just bought an incorrect perception about yourself or about what was happening out there, then you'll be going to step two, building willingness. All right, so if you're willing to change your mind, if you're truly willing to change your mind, how you're looking at that situation, you be letting that go and allowing another perception to come and interpret that again and to look at that again. So the key here is a willingness. If you build willingness, that's the key to let that go, to let the fear dissolve. All right. So, for instance, you will be telling yourself, I'm willing to see this differently. If you are scared about speaking up, I'm willing to see myself differently here. I'm willing to see this meeting differently, to this person differently. I'm willing, I'm willing, I'm willing. Repeat that to yourself. That's a prayer. That's a phrase that you can repeat to yourself. And when you say that and trust in that, and you go to the meaning of the words, then you're letting that go. And that's the third step, letting it go. And then you might breathe a little bit. You'll look again, step forward, and you'll see that there was no fear. It just vanished. You didn't need to push through it. So you don't have to fight the fear. Just let it solve by acknowledging its nature. It is an illusion. So next up, preparing ourselves for our practice. All right. So here's a simple rules what we're going to practice. Yeah, we're going to practice. So first, relax. Okay, this is a safe space. You're not alone. Everyone that is here is aligned with this, and doesn't matter what you do. You know, it is only going to be here. If there's errors, we're not going to correct them. We're just going to observe them and let them pass. If you understood, you just keep on going. Unless you want correction, you ask, hey, can you correct this? Can you tell me feedback afterwards? But if not, you just let it go and just keep on. If you understood, that's good. I'll explain that in a little bit. Rule number 2, there's no mistakes. All right, so no need to feel guilt or shame. You're just free here. All right. Rule number 3, pause the ball. So we need the conversation to keep on moving. All right. So the dynamic here is you start speaking. I listen actively, meaning I'm not overthinking what you're going to say next. And listening, understanding what they're saying. And when I understood what they said and they stopped or they asked something, then I can make a comment. I can say, oh, that's interesting. Or, oh, have you thought about this? Or, yeah, this looks good. And after that, ask a question. Okay, so listen, comment if you feel like, and ask a question. So you always will be passing the ball on to the other person, and then the other one will do the same thing. Okay, so those are the basic rules. What are we going to do in case you are stuck here? All right, so I said, if you understood it, yes, you understood it, you just keep talking, keep the flow moving. All right. If you don't understood it, if you don't understand it, if you don't understand it, then you have options. Yes. Dun, dun. Oh, yeah. Option 1, ask to repeat. Sorry, I didn't understand. Did you mind repeating that slower, please? Perfectly fine. You're not lacking any respect. You're not going over other people for saying that. It's just very kind to say that in that way. Option 2, validate. I understood that you said this and that. Do you mean this? So, because maybe the person told you a big story and you didn't understand just a little bit here. And you say, like, okay, from this, what you told me, I understood this, this, and that. But in this part, I didn't get it. Do you mean this? And so that validation it helps you to get rolling. Don't be afraid of that. It is all good to ask. And then, if you don't understand it, but you got the message, just let it pass. It's all good. If you want feedback, you can ask for feedback. All right. because some people when they're learning English want to get feedback from others. You can say this like that, you can pronounce better like this. All right. So what we're going to do now, we're going to make a practice session. All right, we're going to do 3 rounds, 10 minutes each. Hopefully we get to the end. But first, before I stop recording, I'm going to do a meditation so we can apply the practice so you can see how it works in your mind. You have the experience. When you get the experience, you're going to say, oh, this is what I can apply when I'm talking to someone else. And maybe you can do it in here because it is something that you do inside. Okay. We're going to do this. All right. So, are you ready? Close your eyes. Let me share my computer audio a little bit. Yeah, it's all good. How do I share the audio? Share computer audio. Stereo. Fantastic. Let me know if you can hear it because I will put some music so we can relax.
And I am the grace of God.
I don't like this one. Okay. All right. Close your eyes. I'm going to we're going to close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. We're going to picture ourselves in a situation where you like to speak English. Maybe it is at work, maybe it is with new people, maybe it is in the street, in a foreign country, a social situation. And you're going to observe and listen. They're talking, and you know that sooner or later you have to speak. Maybe you already want to speak and say something. But when you feel how you feel, what comes up, what is going on in your mind. We're going to work around the fear of sounding stupid. That's what we're going to work now. You can work with this one or with the other one if you feel like. But for this instance, we're going to feel the fear of being looked at as stupid. Picture myself and I'm about to speak and I feel this fear. And I looked at this person and I can see in the future how they will look at me as stupid because I said something wrong, because maybe I pronounced something in an incorrect way. And I'm going to tell myself, this fear that I'm feeling is a result of a perception that I'm having about this experience. It is not the experience that is happening out there. It is not the people. It is not the environment. It is my own mind. I have chosen this from what I have learned from the past. Maybe some other people that told me that I looked stupid in some other situations. I don't know, but now I feel like this, and I don't like it. I'm not enjoying it. I feel fear. I'm going to allow myself to feel this fear. I feel fear. I might look as stupid. And this fear is in my mind. I'm willing to perceive something different because what I'm experiencing now, I'm not enjoying. I do not like this fear. I know it is an illusion. And I'm willing to see something different. Please help me see something different. There is another way of looking at this. I could see peace instead of this. I'm gonna take a big breath in this willingness to see something different. I'm going to let it go. I'm willing to let this go. Please guide me to something different, to another perception. Show me. And now I'm going to look again. Once I have allowed that with my feelings, I'm going to picture myself in the same situation. And I'm going to check with myself how I feel. Is it the same? Did it alleviate a little bit? Did it dissolve? If not, I can do it again. Maybe there is another fear. We're going to take a deep breath and we're going to come back. You can open your eyes whenever you feel like. I hope you guys felt the difference, felt the shift. If you put real willingness into letting that go, and you could see that was a creation of your mind, you've accomplished the first two steps, and the third one is just come by its own. We can look deeper into this because fears and minds are unique. For this matter, we're going to do the practice now. I'm going to stop recording, thank you very much, and we're going to go to the practice. We're going to start with a session of introducing ourselves, which is a challenge we always get into when we get in a foreign country or in a first contact with someone. We're going to come back and we're going to do other rounds as well. Before we jump into that, we're going to talk about this program that I have. I'm teaching professionals, Latin American professionals that are using English at work. They want to get more confidence in their self-expression. They're having a lot of fears. They don't know how to express themselves very well. And I've developed this program, Natural English Activation Program, that is designed for them. It is a 90-day transformational program where we will go into weekly one-on-one sessions, you and me, and I will simulate real-work scenarios, client interactions, leading meetings, how to present your presentations, your work, how to introduce yourself, how to express what you want to express, how to show your value to other people without hesitation, without shrinking. So the goal is not learning the perfect English, it is activating the natural English. It is confidence, it is authenticity, it is self-expression. It's a transformational program. Yes, you're going to learn English, but that is sort of like a side dish. If you feel you're interested or know someone that is interested in this, let them know. Here are the QRs, codes for sending a message if you're interested. And lastly, if you enjoyed the change of perception, I have a class coming up where we go deeper into that and we apply that with more technical knowledge on the Course in Miracles. It's coming up on the 17th of June at 7 p.m. If you're interested, scan the QR. If not, we're going to proceed with the practices. Thank you very much. I hope you have enjoyed that. Have a good rest of your day. Blessings.